This is about the time we were only here a few months. This is these are all going to be aerial views, of course. We just cut down 1, 2, 3, 4 major trees. These are our burn piles from cutting those down. This is a horrible looking green algae that's in the lake. There's our old original existing dock. This is, let's see, what's this, 24, 23, probably fall, maybe, of 22, October-ish of 2022. That's me sitting on the zero-turn mower. That's one of 3 outbuildings that we have, the white one there. Apparently it was used by the existing, or the original owners for his workshop, because he's got an air conditioner in there and a heater and 220 wiring. I mean, he had it all set up nice. It's kind of a waste for me to have it because I'm not a craftsman, or I'm not going to have any kind of electric trains in there or do anything with it. Right now all it does is store my zero-turn mower. Kind of a waste for us. The little brick building on the left there in the foreground, that's my music room. The house in the middle, of course, with a attached 2-car garage, which is oversized. Pretty good sized building overall. This is obviously early on with me learning how to fly this drone. It's got so many bells and whistles I can't keep up with it. I'm being real conservative with everything. Right now you're seeing how it automatically lands itself when the battery is low, or when you push return to home. This is not me landing it, it's landing itself. I got it in follow me mode. It's pretty fancy drone. You can have it track yourself walking, driving, running, whatever. So I've got it tracking me while I'm driving this little putt-putt around the property. Right now it's just hovering. Again, this is I'm still in learning mode, so it's not doing would fall apart at this point. The white thing in the ground there is an old refrigerator they had half buried, and then to the right of that is a big block, cement block, that for the life of me I can't figure out what it was for, unless it was to, anchor something. But we have since removed both of those items. They're gone, so that's all clean. That tree in the kind of the middle there that's dead, that's one of the ones we cut down because it was just dead and rotted. And it's one of the burn piles over to the left. I landed it on the existing dock. Got lucky there. I'm amazed I didn't hit the little boat that's upside down. Yeah, this is after we've got a new dock built. We leveled the old one, shored it up, fixed the foundation, and put all new top boards on it and stained it. Still got a green pool though, the algae and stuff. We had since burnt the piles that were out there. There was 4 of them. You can see the little remnants of one of them left there, the main pile. But everything still got that green algae, which bothered me because I know it's not healthy for the fish. So I eventually got bubblers and put in there with a pump to oxygenate the water and help the fish out to breathe, and also to try to limit the algae growth in there. We needed some rain, and you can see the water is getting pretty low. That peninsula or island right there in the main middle of the picture here usually is underwater. All this is underwater, you can't see it, but this is pretty dry. This is making me nervous. Just thinking about, so we're supposedly have a well on this property, and I want to get that going at some point in time so I could help replenish the water supply in there if I have to. But everybody keeps telling me, don't worry, the rains are going to come and it'll be fine. So I waited. There's the stump in the middle there at the bottom of the picture. That's usually just maybe a foot or 2 out of the water, but it's showing quite a bit there because the water level's so low. That's me standing on the ground controlling the drone. Green building on the right there, that's a pretty good sized chicken coop they had, which we'll probably never utilize as we're not farmers. This is my original drone, taking these pictures and stuff. I have since crashed this into the lake, which was obviously my fault, pilot error. And I have replaced it with a new one that I've taken newer drone pictures. But this is the pictures early on and with the original drone. There were 2 trees between the brick building there and the house, big ones. We also cut down after one fell out in the main field. So we cut down a total of 4 and burned them in the 4 burn piles that we showed earlier. I'm practicing landing manually without it doing it by itself. Still experimenting with the drone. Seeing what knob does what button does what. Dark spot there is where a big tree fell. Not in a storm or anything. It just had really shallow roots and it just fell over. And it was one of the four that we ended up cutting up. Here's the 4 piles of the trees we cut down. We ended up firing these up. And they obviously made a pretty good blaze out there, but we got rid of it. Unlike California, they allow burn piles and stuff after October without permission, and I think it's from May to October you have to get a permit, but it's easy to get. Unlike California, where if you strike a match they'll arrest you because of all the wildfires they have. Can't blame them for that. And picture again of our existing dock before we revamped it and leveled it and redecked it. This is the old existing one. I pushed the return to home button and it's taken itself home and landing where it originally took off from. It's all automatic. I don't have to do anything. This is the onboard computer doing it all by itself. It does this when it gets down to low battery. It protects itself. It doesn't want to be too far from its home base and run out of power and crash, so it always returns home when it gets down to a certain low percentage. These are the fire pits we fired off after cutting down the trees. property is nice and surrounded by these trees and looks nice and full when it's not fall or winter. During fall and winter, obviously all the leaves are gone and you can see through all this. But when it's this time of the year, in the spring and summer, all these trees or bushes are full and makes a nice barrier around the property. Looks really nice and green and thick. A good friend of mine, John, in his tractor, stoking the fires to keep it going. He did a great job keeping the fires going, so all the stuff burned down to basically nothing. Otherwise, they would have kept going out and they would have had to keep relighting. But he was pretty forceful in keeping the fire moving by stoking these fires while they were starting to go out. They kept flaming up every time you pushed them.